When someone doesn't value you anymore, try this simple trick and watch what happens. Old Stoic wisdom. True love isn't about begging someone to see your worth. It's about knowing your own worth, whether they see it or not. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, why are you chasing someone who's already walked away? Why are you begging for love when you deserve so much more? Look in the mirror. Are you proud of the person you see? The one sacrificing everything for someone who doesn't even notice you. This isn't love. It's a trap. A toxic cycle that keeps you chasing something that isn't even real. Every moment you spend on someone who doesn't value you, you lose a piece of yourself, your self-respect, joy, and power. It's time to stop. Stop begging. Stop breaking yourself for someone who doesn't care. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. You need to know it, own it, and live it. The moment you stop trying to make them see your value, they will. But by then, you won't care anymore. You'll be so far beyond their indifference that it won't matter. Ask yourself, is this the life I want to live? If not, then today is the day it changes. Not tomorrow. Today. Your task, comment, I choose myself below this video. And don't ignore this. Show me my words are making an impact. Drop it in the comments, I choose myself. Also, hit that like button and subscribe. Today isn't just another day. It's the day you take back your power. Number 1. Stop dancing for their applause. When you seek validation from others, you're handing them the keys to your prison. Imagine running on a treadmill, always striving to prove your worth, but never getting anywhere. That's the endless loop of chasing validation, exhausting and ultimately futile. The harder you chase, the further they pull away. It's like trying to catch smoke with your hands. The truth is, validation doesn't come from them. It comes from within. If you stop chasing and they leave, let them go. Anyone who needs you to beg for attention isn't worth your time. Think of yourself as a lighthouse, standing firm and shining your light. It doesn't chase ships. The right ships find their way to it. The moment you start chasing, you stop being a lighthouse. You become just another wave, temporary and easily replaced. Society conditions you to chase approval from an early age. You're taught that being liked is the ultimate goal. Make others happy, avoid conflict, and twist yourself to fit their needs. It's a lie designed to keep you small and under control. How many people around you are living for the approval of others, constantly bending to fit in? Is that the life you want to be a shadow in someone else's world, instead of the light in your own? Now, picture holding a glass of water, offering it to others who never seem satisfied. They complain it's not cold enough or the glass isn't the right colour. Meanwhile, your arm grows tired, the water spills, and you keep offering it, hoping for gratitude. At some point, you'll realise you don't need to keep holding the glass. Stopping the chase isn't easy, but every step away from it is a step toward freedom. Strength isn't about how much you give, it's about how much you stand firm in your own value. Not everyone will value you, and that's okay. You don't need everyone's approval. Your worth isn't a currency to be spent on validation. It's a treasure to be guarded and shared only with those who truly deserve it. When you stop chasing validation, something incredible happens. You become magnetic. People notice you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you've stopped caring whether they're impressed. Strength and confidence are irresistible. So stop running on the treadmill. Step off. Stand tall. Be the lighthouse, shining with the quiet power of self-respect. When you stop chasing, you stop being invisible. You become someone who doesn't need anyone's approval to shine. Today is the day you stop apologizing for your value. Today is the day you stop seeking approval and start living unapologetically. Refuse to chase what isn't meant for you. Live by the old Stoic wisdom, honor your boundaries, and follow the iron mind and Stoic principles that empower you to walk in your truth. It's time to live for yourself. Number 2. When red flags turn to chains, recognize the warning signs before it's too late. Denial is the comfort zone of the powerless, but the moment you face the truth, you reclaim your freedom. This is the foundation of practical stoicism. Picture this. You're driving down a winding road, enjoying the ride, when a warning light flickers on your dashboard. At first, it's just a soft flash, nothing major, but instead of pulling over, you ignore it. You keep driving, thinking it'll go away on its own. Suddenly, the engine sputters, and before you know it, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. This is exactly what happens when you ignore the red flags in your relationships. The signs are there. You just have to see them. Most people don't miss the signs. They avoid them because facing the truth is uncomfortable. It's easier to say, maybe they're just busy, or it's just a phase. Denial feels safe, but it's a slow poison that ultimately rots your peace of mind. You must face it. What exactly are these signs? Sometimes they're subtle, like a shift in tone, fewer compliments, or less enthusiasm in their responses. Other times, they're loud and clear cancelled plans, unanswered calls, or straight-up disrespect. Whether they're whispers or screams, these signs are always present. You need to stop making excuses for them. Reflect, how many times have you been the one always reaching out, making the plans or compromising? What do you get in return? Silence, excuses, or worse, nothing at all. Here's the hard truth. People value what they have to earn. If you're always the one putting in all the effort, you're teaching them that your time, energy, and love don't matter. And let me tell you something. Cheap things get thrown away. This is why the Stoic rules emphasize self-respect and balance. Now, you might be thinking, what if I stop trying? Won't they leave me? If they leave, let them go. If someone only sticks around because you're doing all the work, are they really invested in you? The answer is no. Love, respect, and connection are two-way streets. If you're putting in all the effort while they sit back and do nothing, you're allowing disrespect to creep in, and that's never okay. But what if you've ignored these signs for too long? It's never too late to wake up. The first step is recognizing the imbalance. You need to ask yourself some tough questions. Am I tolerating disrespect? Am I overgiving and expecting too little in return? Am I ignoring red flags because I'm afraid to face the truth? If the answer is yes, stop it. Recognizing these signs is the first step to reclaiming your power. It's time to take control. Imagine holding a scale. On one side is everything you're giving, your time, your energy, your love. On the other side is everything you're getting. If one side is way heavier than the other, something's wrong. Balance is key. Fear may tell you that stopping the effort will lead to losing them. But what are you really losing? Your dignity, your peace of mind. That's a price too high to pay. If you found this video valuable, please like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit from this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on navigating life with Stoic principles. Comment to remember, I choose to honor my worth and reclaim my peace. This affirmation will help you stay grounded in your own self-respect and personal growth. Let us know in the comments if you're ready to embrace the power of balance in your life. Number 3. Step back to leap forward, the undeniable power of walking away. When someone stops valuing you, don't chase after them, step back. Let them feel the void you leave behind. Often, the most powerful move isn't to fight for a place in their life, but to remove yourself and let them realize the weight of your absence. Picture it like this. You've been holding a flame, offering warmth, but they've taken it for granted. Over time, the fire fades, and they assume it'll always burn. But then, you close your hand and extinguish the flame. Suddenly, they feel the cold, and for the first time, they understand how much they needed your warmth. This is the undeniable power of stepping back. When you stop chasing, stop proving your worth, you regain your power. Chasing someone only cements your position as someone less than someone to be taken for granted. The more you chase, the more they pull away. So, step back, take a breath, and reclaim your energy. It isn't about manipulating them or playing games. It's about valuing yourself over seeking their approval. If they can't value you, then you will. Stepping back isn't about hoping they'll come back. It's about reclaiming your life. The energy you once gave to them, invest it in yourself. Focus on your own growth, goals, and happiness. Watch yourself transform into someone more powerful, confident, and self-assured. And when they notice, they'll be drawn back to you, but you may no longer want them. You've grown beyond the need for validation, and in that, you win. Epictetus taught us that we are in control of our reactions, not other people's behavior. When you stop bending over backward for someone who doesn't value you, you're not only reclaiming your power, you're transforming your life. The absence you create becomes magnetic. They won't forget you. Absence speaks louder than presence, and as you shift from seeking approval to giving yourself the respect you deserve, your entire life changes. It's not about them, it's about you. Let the silence speak for itself. When you stop chasing, you stop showing need, you stop begging for scraps. The power shifts, and you're in control. It's uncomfortable, yes, but discomfort means growth. And when you grow, you win. Reclaim your power, just like Epictetus would advise. Take back what is yours, and let them see that you are the prize. You've stepped back, and now you will leap forward. Number 4, become the prize. The transformative power of investing in yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're running on empty to fill someone else's glass. When was the last time you put yourself first? Really put yourself first. I'm not talking about the empty distractions like scrolling mindlessly or zoning out in front of the TV. No, I'm talking about the type of self-investment that shakes you awake, the kind that transforms you into a stronger, sharper version of yourself. You look in the mirror and think, damn, I'm proud of who I'm becoming. Now, you might ask, isn't focusing on myself selfish? Absolutely not. Investing in yourself is necessary. The world doesn't reward those who shrink themselves for others. It rewards those who know their worth and act accordingly. You have to understand this: people don't respect someone who neglects their own potential. They're drawn to those who grow, evolve, and thrive. If you're not growing, you're withering. That's not just a harsh truth. It's the way the world works. Here's the problem. Most people waste their lives pouring all their energy into others. They bend over backward in relationships, sacrifice their dreams to make someone else happy, and wonder why they feel drained and invisible. Sound familiar? Well, let me break it to you. The world doesn't respect martyrs. It respects builders, those who are constantly building themselves up, no matter how many times life knocks them down. You don't have to chase after someone who doesn't value you. Instead, channel that energy into building the best version of yourself. Hit the gym, learn new skills, start that business you've been dreaming about. Don't wait for someone to notice you. Notice yourself first. Set goals and smash them. Ask yourself, what does the best version of me look like? Not the tired, overworked, unappreciated version of you right now, but the unstoppable, iron-minded version. The one who's fitter, stronger, more disciplined. The one who's financially secure, emotionally stable, and living with purpose. What's stopping you from becoming that person today? Don't wait. Don't let excuses hold you back. You may be thinking, but where do I even start? Start small. The best version of you isn't built in a day. It's built over time through consistent effort. Maybe you wake up an hour earlier to exercise. Maybe you trade an hour of scrolling for an hour of learning. Maybe you start journaling, reflecting, planning your next move. Just start. The hardest truth to accept is this: you are where you are because of you. Not your partner, not your parents, not your boss, you. But don't take that as an attack. Take it as an opportunity. If you got yourself here, you can also get yourself out. Every time you invest in yourself, you send a powerful message: I matter. I'm worth the time and energy. That shift doesn't just change you, it changes how people see you. They'll start to respect you. Not because you begged for it, but because you earned it. And here's where it gets tricky. What if it feels lonely? It might. Growth often feels isolating because not everyone will understand your journey. But here's the reality. The right people will. When you level up, you attract those who are on the same path, and the ones who can't handle your growth, they were never meant to stay. Picture this. A seed buried underground doesn't worry about the other seeds. It grows because it focuses on what it needs. Water, sunlight, nutrients. It breaks through the dirt, reaches for the sky. and doesn't care if the other seeds are growing or not. Be that seed, focus on your growth. When you invest in yourself, you become magnetic. People can't help but be drawn to confidence, purpose, and discipline. They see the fire in your eyes, the strength in your stride, and by the time they notice, you might not even care anymore. Because when you truly invest in yourself, you realize your worth was never tied to their opinion in the first place. Here's your challenge. Take a step, any step, that moves you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Drop the excuses, drop the distractions, and drop the fear. Start today. You owe it to yourself. If you're ready to stop waiting for others to value you and start investing in yourself, take action now. The world doesn't respect those who shrink. It respects those who grow. Don't let excuses hold you back. Start building the best version of yourself today. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the prize," and I'm investing in myself. Number 5, guard your kingdom. Set boundaries like a leader. The moment you compromise your boundaries for someone else is the moment you hand over the blueprint to your downfall. Picture this. You're the ruler of a grand, flourishing kingdom. Your time, energy, and peace are the very treasures that sustain your reign. But what happens if you leave the gates wide open, letting anyone come in and take what they want? Chaos. Your kingdom falls into disarray, not because you lack strength, but because you failed to establish the boundaries that keep it secure. That's exactly what happens when you live without boundaries. You may be wondering, but aren't boundaries selfish? Won't they push people away? No, boundaries aren't walls meant to isolate you. They're guardrails designed to protect your core values, sanity, and self-respect. Boundaries don't push the right people away. They teach them how to treat you. The only people who are threatened by your boundaries are the ones who gain from your lack of them. Ask yourself this. How many times have you said yes when your heart screamed no? How many times have you stayed silent while someone disrespected you just to avoid an argument? How many times have you gone along with something that made you uncomfortable just to keep the peace? Every time you do this, you're sending a powerful message. My needs don't matter. My time doesn't matter. My standards don't matter. And here's the harsh truth. People believe you. They'll treat you exactly as you allow them to. If you don't respect yourself enough to set boundaries, no one else will either. But what if people don't like my boundaries, you ask? Good. Let them wrestle with it. Boundaries aren't about pleasing others, they're about protecting yourself. Let's get this straight. Boundaries aren't acts of aggression, they're acts of self-respect. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're difficult or rude. It means you're clear and firm about what you will and won't accept. Think about this. You're driving down a mountain road. The guardrails aren't there to trap you. They're there to stop you from tumbling over the edge. That's what boundaries do for your relationships. They keep everything from spiraling into chaos. Without boundaries, resentment brews, trust fades, and respect crumbles. The cracks start to show, and your kingdom starts to erode. Now, you may wonder, what if setting boundaries feels uncomfortable? Well, it will, especially if you've spent your life bending over backward for others. The first time you say no, your voice may tremble. The first time you call out disrespect, you might second-guess yourself. But remember, growth always feels uncomfortable at first. Every time you stand your ground, you're teaching others, and yourself, that you deserve respect. Being clear is critical. When you express your needs without mincing words or sugarcoating them, you're setting the tone. Being firm is just as important, because boundaries without enforcement are meaningless. If someone crosses the line, you must be ready to call it out. And you must be unapologetic. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. A simple, "This doesn't work for me," is all you need. You might think, what if they leave because of my boundaries? Let them. If someone can't handle your boundaries, they were never truly invested in your well-being. Boundaries don't chase away the right people. They filter out the wrong ones. The ones who stay, they're the ones who value you enough to respect your terms. Setting boundaries transforms you. It shifts you from being a passive participant in your relationships to an active leader. It shows others, and yourself, that you have standards, that you value your time, and that you won't settle for less than you deserve. Think of it this way: a riverbank. The boundaries keep the water flowing in the right direction. Without them, the river spills everywhere, losing its power and purpose. That's what boundaries do for your life. They keep your energy focused and your value intact. Incorporating Stoic rules and practical Stoicism into your daily life helps you understand the importance of boundaries. They're a shield protecting your peace, and the paths of wisdom are clear, respecting yourself. First allows you to give the best to those who respect you in return. Number 6. The power of absence. Let them feel the void. When people stop valuing you, it's time to take action. Take a step back and allow your absence to speak louder than your presence ever could. You see, in the world of Stoicism, where the principles of Epictetus reign supreme, power isn't in constant availability, it's in the moments when you're not there. Let them feel the void you leave behind. In today's world, people often fail to appreciate what's always around them. It's human nature. They take things for granted. But when you're always giving, always showing up, always chasing approval, you send an unspoken message: I'll always be here. This doesn't make you valuable. It makes you invisible. Realize this: your absence creates space, and that space forces others to confront the reality of your worth. Think of it like this: a candle burning in a sunlit room. Its light is unnoticed, but when the room goes dark, that same candle becomes the only source of light. Absence works the same way. When you step back, you leave a space that others can't ignore. And this is where real power lies. If someone doesn't notice your absence, that's your answer. They were never truly invested in you, and that's a powerful realization. It's time to stop wasting energy on people who don't value you. Step away, and you'll free yourself to invest in those who do. Or better yet, invest in yourself. This isn't manipulation. This isn't playing games. This is reclaiming your worth, your energy, and your time. As Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. When you stop chasing, you begin to live on your terms. Like a tree in a storm, you remain unshaken, rooted in your own worth. The right people will notice. They'll come to you, not because you begged them, but because they respect the strength you've shown. So start today. Stop giving your time to people who don't appreciate it. Redirect your focus to your goals, your happiness, and your growth. Let your absence send the message loud and clear: you command respect. Stepping back doesn't mean you lose, it means you win. As Epictetus taught, it's your move now. Make it count. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us. Or simply comment, "Very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Number 7. Stand like a mountain. Embrace unshakable confidence. In a world that often demands constant validation, true confidence doesn't scream for attention. It quietly asserts, "I'm enough." Picture yourself stepping into a room full of people. You're not scoping out their approval or trying to measure up. You're not the loudest, the flashiest, or the most showy. But somehow, all eyes are on you, not because you're striving for it, but because your mere presence commands it. That, my friend, is the essence of unshakable confidence. It's subtle, it's magnetic, it's not desperate, not loud, but rather a quiet power that draws people in without saying a word. This kind of confidence isn't about showing off or collecting accolades. It's about believing in your own worth without the need for external validation. The beauty of this kind of self-assurance lies in its foundation. You already know you're enough, and that quiet knowing radiates outwards. You don't need approval from anyone, and you don't need to chase it. The truth is, confidence doesn't just appear overnight. It's built, shaped by actions, choices, and a commitment to yourself. Start with one simple truth. Confidence is born from belief, not material things. It's not about the car you drive or the size of your bank account. Those are external markers, things that can disappear. True confidence is rooted in your identity, not your possessions. Think of confidence like an iron mind. It's a muscle. Every time you follow through on a commitment to yourself, whether that's keeping a promise to work out, learning a new skill, or simply sticking with something challenging, you're strengthening that muscle. The key isn't about achieving perfection. It's about showing yourself, I can do this, and proving it with every action. Even if you failed before, that's not a setback. It's part of the journey. The greatest confidence comes from knowing you can rise again, no matter how many times life tries to knock you down. Failure isn't the enemy. It's the crucible in which resilience is forged. Picture a tree in a storm. The wind howls, branches bend, but the roots remain firm, unbroken. That's the power of unshakable confidence. Life will test you, but if your roots, your self-belief, are deep, nothing can uproot you. You might wonder, what if people don't notice my confidence? Trust me, they will. True confidence doesn't need to shout. It's in the way you carry yourself, the calm in your eyes, the certainty in your movements. It's the way you hold space without needing to demand it. So start small. Choose one promise you've made to yourself and follow through. Whether it's waking up earlier, sticking to a fitness routine, or carving out time for something you love, keep that promise. Each time you do, you're strengthening your belief in yourself, and that trust becomes the bedrock of your confidence. Even if you don't feel confident yet, don't worry. It doesn't happen all at once. It's the little steps, repeated consistently, that compound into real self-assurance. One day, you'll find yourself walking into that room, no longer seeking approval because you've already given it to yourself. Your challenge today. Pick one promise and stick to it. It's time to create a foundation of self-belief that nothing can shake. Remember, confidence doesn't just change how others see you, it transforms how you see yourself. Embrace the Stoic principles of inner strength, the unshakable resolve of an iron mind, and watch as your world begins to change. Let's get started. Number 8. Say less, command more. The art of stopping over-explaining. The need to explain yourself, it's a sign of self-doubt. Picture this. You're in a courtroom where you're not on trial, there's no judge, no jury, and yet you're defending yourself. Ridiculous, right? Yet that's exactly what you're doing when you feel the need to explain your boundaries, your decisions, your standards to those who haven't earned an explanation. Stop over-explaining. Start commanding respect. Let's get something clear. If you're constantly justifying your actions, you're giving away your power. Now, you might be wondering, but if I don't explain myself, won't people think I'm rude or unkind? Ask yourself, has over-explaining ever earned you respect? Did it make others value your stance more? Or did it leave you sounding uncertain, giving people an opportunity to push back? That's the thing. Over-explaining isn't about clarity. It's about insecurity. It's the reflex born from fear. Fear of being misunderstood, feared, or even disliked. And here's a hard truth. Confident people don't need to explain themselves. They state their decisions clearly, with certainty, and let their actions do the rest of the talking. If someone doesn't like it, not your concern, that's their issue. The power of silence. Think about the last time you said no to someone. Did you feel the urge to justify it? Did your explanation make them respect you more or give them a window to challenge you? Over-explaining is like leaving the door cracked open. It invites people to push, question, and test your resolve. Now, consider this by not explaining. You're not being cold or unapproachable. No, you're being clear. You're demonstrating that you respect your own decisions enough not to defend them. And that, my friend, is Stoic wisdom in action. Every time you stop explaining yourself, think of it like building a fortress. With each word you don't speak, you're reinforcing the walls. With each decision you own confidently, you're making your fortress stronger, brick by brick. Silence is strength. This is where the real power lies. Silence. Imagine someone challenges your decision. Instead of scrambling to explain, you simply say, "That doesn't work for me." And then, don't say another word. If they push further, calmly repeat, "That doesn't work for me." The power is in the simplicity. The strength is in your refusal to elaborate. But isn't that dismissive, you ask? Not at all. What's dismissive is hesitation. When you speak with clarity and confidence, there's no room for debate. You're not dismissing anyone, you're respecting yourself, you're honoring your boundaries. That's a form of practical stoicism, choosing self-respect over the need for approval. Stand firm in your truth. When you stop over-explaining, you're sending the world a powerful message: I know my worth, and I don't need your approval to validate it. Imagine that kind of inner strength. It's quiet, not flashy. It's determined, not desperate, and it's rooted in deep self-respect. Here's the reality. You don't need to explain your every decision. If someone doesn't understand or approve, that's not your problem. They don't need to know why you've chosen to set a boundary. You don't owe them that. Their confusion is not your responsibility. This is where the true paths of wisdom lie. By trusting yourself and respecting your own decisions, you become a living example of the Stoic rules. You no longer seek external validation. You become a person whose mere presence commands respect. Respect yourself, and they will respect you. Next time someone presses you for an explanation, stop. Resist the urge to fill the silence. Stand firm. You're not being rude, you're being decisive. You don't need to explain why your decision is valid. You're simply letting your actions speak for themselves. And remember, respect goes both ways. If someone truly respects you, they won't need to hear every little detail about why you've made a decision. If they don't respect you, no amount of explaining will ever change that. By embracing this shift, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel freer, and more importantly, you'll feel more in control of your life. Confidence grows in silence. Certainty flourishes in simplicity. This isn't just about talking less. It's about living more, without the need for constant justification. Your task. The next time someone demands an explanation, stand tall, say less, and if necessary, repeat. That doesn't work for me. Then leave it at that. Because in the end, silence isn't empty. It's filled with confidence, strength, and the kind of wisdom that can't be over-explained. If you've made it this far, you're already taking a powerful step towards mastering your life and your boundaries. Now, stop over-explaining and start commanding respect. Drop a comment saying, I respect my boundaries, and I don't need to explain them. Let's see who's ready to stand firm and embrace their true power. Number 9, drop the anchor. Cut the dead weight and watch yourself soar. Stoic wisdom from Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If people in your life are holding you down, cutting them loose is essential. You've been carrying dead weight for too long, dragging your life and your progress along with it. That friend who only calls when they need something, the partner who diminishes your worth, or the co-worker who sabotages your success. They aren't just minor annoyances, they're burdens. And every moment you spend tolerating their presence is a moment stolen from your own growth. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize what's within our control, and that means cutting ties with those who drain our energy and time. Ask yourself, how much further could you go without the constant weight of toxic relationships? How much lighter would you feel without the pressure of others' negativity pulling you down? The answer is simple. You'd soar. The path won't be easy, but the rewards are immense. Think of yourself as a climber with a backpack full of stones. Each stone represents someone who doesn't value you. Every step is harder. Every breath feels heavier. Now imagine letting that weight go. How much faster would you reach the summit? How much more empowered would you feel? The real victory lies in reclaiming your energy, your focus, and your future. When you cut the dead weight, you make room for those who elevate you, those who support your dreams, and those who recognize your value. The Stoic principle of control teaches that we can't change others, but we can control how we respond to them. If someone is toxic, don't hesitate. Be firm, set boundaries, and cut them off without guilt. It's not cruelty, it's courage. And remember, people only change when they want to, not because you've sacrificed yourself for them. Let go of guilt. It's a mental trap meant to keep you stagnant, preventing you from achieving what you're truly capable of. You must choose yourself. It's time to rise. Look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you or weighing you down? If it's the latter, it's time to cut the dead weight. Let go and watch yourself win. That's the Stoic way. Number 10. Laser in on your life. Reclaim your focus and take back control. When your attention gets scattered, your energy follows suit. It's simple where you direct your focus. That's where your power goes. So ask yourself, why are you wasting it on things that don't deserve a single drop? Picture this: you're holding a bucket, and that bucket represents your time, energy, and focus. Everything you need to achieve success and live a fulfilled life. But there's a catch. Your bucket has holes, tiny leaks that keep draining away your precious resources. A toxic relationship here, an endless argument there, overthinking into the night for no reason at all. Drop by drop, your energy slips away, leaving you empty, tired, and uninspired. Now, consider this: how much of your energy is going down the drain on things that don't matter. Think about the hours you've spent replaying pointless conversations, crafting perfect comebacks for past arguments, or the countless minutes scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to strangers' highlight reels. What's that really giving you? Nothing but frustration. Ask yourself, how many times have you tried to fix relationships with people who don't even care enough to meet you halfway? Imagine redirecting all that energy towards something that actually matters. Your health, your career, your personal growth. Imagine what you could build if you stopped investing your time in dead ends and started using it to create a life you can truly be proud of. Reclaiming your focus isn't easy. It's a battle. Distractions are everywhere. It's hard to let go of the things you've been holding on to. But trust me, nothing of true importance will slip away if you pull back. The people and things that matter will remain, even if you take a step back. This is the essence of Old Stoic wisdom: focus on what you can control and let go of what doesn't serve you. It's the Stoic principle that makes the difference between living passively or actively building the life you desire. The truth is, your focus is your most valuable resource. It's more precious than any amount of money or talent. And when you scatter it on distractions, drama, disrespect, and things you can't change, you're robbing yourself of growth. So how do you start reclaiming your focus? First, identify what truly matters to you. Write it down. Make it crystal clear. Focus on what will elevate you, whether it's advancing your career, taking care of your health, or simply becoming the person you've always wanted to be. Now, here's the hard part: you must take action. Say no to things that aren't aligned with your goals. Cut out the people who drain your energy. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel small. Stop engaging in things you can't control. If it isn't helping you grow, it doesn't deserve your energy. The path to reclaiming your focus isn't easy. The pull of old habits and distractions will be strong. But with each choice to focus on growth instead of drama, you're sharpening your iron mind. The magic happens when you reclaim your focus, you reclaim your power. You'll start seeing progress you never thought possible. The goals that once felt distant will seem within your reach. And suddenly, the world's noise fades, leaving you with a clear path forward. So I'll ask you again, where is your focus going? Is it serving you or holding you back? Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic. Do you agree with the Stoic approach? Or maybe you have some thoughts or experiences you'd like to share? Feel free to drop a comment below, and let's start a conversation. Remember, the wisdom we choose to live by shapes our lives. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next one.